The First World War started in the fall of 1914, and of course, news of this did eventually get to us, but not as quickly as today, in 1976 when he was writing this. And I began to think of going into the Army. I asked our friend, Mr. White, about it, and I remember him saying that he was quite sure that if my dad had still been living, he would have been proud of me for thinking of giving my services to the country. So, accordingly, I decided to enlist at the earliest opportunity. I was not 18 years old until March the 10th. However, I managed to enlist on March the 1st and went into training at Yorkton. I had never been away from home before, except for the week at Yorkton previously, and I soon felt very homesick.
My dear Georgie, I received your letter dated November 30th, last night, for which I was very glad to get for Christmas, as I was rather anxious about you and baby, as you said in your last letter that you both had been sick. So now I am glad to think you are all right again. Well, this is Christmas Day, and as I said in my last letter, we are out of the trenches for a few days, and we are going to have our Christmas dinner tomorrow. This morning we went for a bath, which I think was a very good Christmas. I sent you a small parcel for Christmas, which I hope you received all right and are pleased with them. The scarf and brooch are for you. I wish you to take care of the brooch, not for the value of it, but I bought it months ago and I've carried it in my pocket through some of the big scraps, and if it could only speak, it could tell a tale. But as you know, I can't mention any names in my letter, but hope to be able to tell you someday. Now, my dear, good night and God bless, with love and kisses to baby and self. Your loving husband, J.G.C. Taylor.
In August of 1918, we made a hurried trip, only traveling at night, to the city of Amiens for a big push, and on August the 8th, we went over the top. The biggest push of the war, finally going 12 miles and capturing thousands of prisoners, also guns, etc. That was the beginning of the end for Germany. Ludendorff called it Germany's blackest hour. After this push, we sneaked right back to the Cambrai sector and started another push. We were now out of the old trench warfare country and traveling fast across the country on the heels of Fritzy, who were retreating as fast as they could manage it. We kept pushing ahead until finally coming into the city of Mons, where this war first started, by the way, on November the 11th. We had stopped on a side street with all our battery en route to pushing past Mons to a new position. As my neck was terribly sore with a mass of small boils, I was in a nearby house getting the housewife to apply hot compresses to the back of my neck. The OC had made a speech to say the war would be over at 11 a.m. if everything went okay. We were just waiting, and at last it happened. At 11 a.m. the war was over, and it was a great feeling to be able to walk around without fear of being shot.